President Donald Trump said on Thursday he would put a 200%
major escalation in President Trump's trade war. The
doubles down on tariffs. Those tariffs have really caused the stock market in recent days to...
In March 2025, a new chapter unfolded in the complex saga of US-EU trade relations. President Donald Trump proposed a 200% tariff on European wines, champagnes, and spirits, igniting a series of economic and diplomatic reactions that reverberated across both continents. The catalyst for this escalation was the European Union's decision to impose a 50% tariff on American whiskey imports. President Trump viewed this move as a direct affront to U.S. interests and responded with a threat of unprecedented tariffs on European alcoholic beverages. European exports of wine and spirits to the U.S. are substantial, with French wine exports alone totaling $2.5 billion in 2024. The proposed 200% tariff would not only devastate these industries, but also significantly impact U.S. consumers through soaring prices and reduced availability. The EU's response was swift and resolute. Plans were unveiled to impose counter-tariffs on approximately €26 billion worth of U.S. goods, targeting iconic American exports such as motorcycles, bourbon, and peanut butter. This move was a calculated effort to pressure the U.S. into retracting its tariff threats. Amidst these developments, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni cautioned against entering a vicious circle of tariff retaliation. She emphasized the potential economic fallout, including inflation and stagnation, and called for urgent negotiations to avert a full-blown trade war. The stakes are particularly high for major corporations. LVMH, the luxury conglomerate behind renowned brands like Moët and Chandon and Hennessy, faces potential revenue losses in the billions. Similarly, American whiskey producers confront the dual challenge of losing European markets and facing retaliatory tariffs on their exports. For U.S. consumers, the prospect of 200% tariffs translates to significantly higher prices for European wines and spirits. This shift could lead consumers to pivot towards domestic alternatives, reshaping market dynamics and consumer preferences. Diplomatically, the situation is fraught with tension. EU negotiator Sabine Weyand has encountered challenges in engaging with the Trump administration, which appears more inclined towards bilateral discussions with individual EU leaders. This approach has led to confusion and delays in negotiations, further complicating the path to resolution. The economic implications extend beyond the beverage industry. Global markets have experienced volatility, with significant dips in beverage and luxury stocks. The looming threat of a trade war has contributed to broader economic uncertainty, affecting investor confidence and market stability. The trade dispute also carries weighty implications for international alliances. The EU and US, both integral members of NATO, must navigate this economic turmoil without allowing it to erode their strategic military partnership. The risk of allowing trade tensions to spill over into security concerns is a delicate balancing act. The potential for these tariffs to extend beyond alcoholic beverages looms large. Sectors such as automobiles, dairy products, and technology are vulnerable to future tariffs, which could further strain global supply chains and consumer prices. Looking ahead, the trajectory of this trade dispute remains uncertain. Diplomatic negotiations are ongoing, but the path to de-escalation is fraught with challenges. Both sides face domestic pressures, and the international community watches closely, aware of the broader implications for global trade norms. As the situation evolves, the resilience of transatlantic relations will be tested. The outcome of this trade dispute will not only shape economic landscapes, but also define the future of international trade diplomacy.